Good to have you back, Brian. How are you going? How are you doing?
I'll do it more if you say do.
I'm doing quite well. I got a story to share with you, but first of all, we were talking about something before we began in this podcast. And you said something about a woman that was just sitting there and she got like several likes just for doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm over here watching. I'm just scrolling down my Facebook page, and this chick. I'm not gonna put her name on here,
Yeah.
but she.
No
all
clout.
she did was just sit on a stool, and got 600 or 700 likes from dudes that basically tell her to stand up.
Wow.
And she did that for an hour.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think these girls are getting so much, what do you call that, traction and likes and emojis and appreciation, and they're not doing anything for it? What's causing these guys to be so, the word they use is thirsty. They don't get nothing? What's going on with them? They don't have
it's
a girl
the
at
same,
home or...
It's the same reason why or OnlyFans is booming. Same reason why Pornhub is booming. It's because
Prawn, you gotta say prawn. Prawn.
Oh, Prawn, okay.
Right.
Well, Prawn Hub is booming. And the thing is, it's because these guys, they're not getting love in real life. They're not getting no physical
Activity.
attention. Yeah.
Right.
So they get it by play.
You know, a lot of it too. I was talking to somebody else about this. A lot of it comes from a lot of married men as well. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Because they decide to sign up for this this monogamous one. Just what is your opinion? I'm gonna ask you that question. What is your opinion on that? When men see, this is what they do. They will get married, and they will get married to this one woman, and not only is it just, of course, one woman, but there's a past behind her as well, because they don't pick the top litter. I mean, it's a different story if you get with this virgin or this girl who's 19 and she don't have a lot of a track record. You can build on that. Sometimes the relationship might last longer, but a lot of times guys get with girls who have been, I like to consider it to be, I won't say marked, but have been imprinted by other men in their past. And so what happens is the more this girl is imprinted, meaning she had a lot of bodies and guys that she laid with, that's going to detail a lot of problems in her current or new relationships. And they marry this girl, and come to find out her body falls apart. She gains like additional 200 or 300 pounds. And what he'll do is, instead of facing the fact that he signed up for this very stupid idea that doesn't work anymore,
Arcade.
he destroys his chances of variety. So instead of being honest with this woman, he's one of the main ones to sign up for OnlyFans, it's funny. OnlyFans, Instagram, modeling, and Pornhub, and all the rest of them. Does it sound stupid to you, or maybe it's just me?
It's.
I mean, if he's going to do that, why not? And okay, go ahead. I don't want to stop you.
I mean, it's imbecilic. It's imbecilic. It is stupid.
All right. You got to speak up to the camera so they can.
I said it is stupid. It is imbecilic. That these guys. That's what you signed up for. You marry one person. You're supposed to be with this person. This one person. You're supposed to look at only this one person.
One person. You signed up for it, right? I mean, you signed the dotted line, so you can't complain. Mm-hmm. So what? I mean, why they do that and still think they got an opportunity on the other side? Would you do something like that?
I don't know what I'd do anymore, honestly, because I used to be someone that wanted to be part of marriage, and now I don't know. I'm good single right now. That's all right. I'm good. There's no drama.
Right. So, and there's another thing that I want to get your opinion on. So, I hear a lot of guys talking about, because there's people on the internet and podcasts, they're saying, well, if you're a high value man, you can go mess around with other girls if you want to get your itch taken care of, as long as you got your main chick at home. However, the question is, they are still obligated because they still did the dumb thing. They still signed up to be with this woman in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah, go to a court of law and let them know that you're a high value man. And you have the right to exercise options. So the woman could take you for half of everything you got.
And they do, oftentimes. And they do. Because why? The point of the matter is, if he thinks that it's okay for him to step out of the marriage every now and then why would he get married?
Exactly. Why?
Why would you get married? Why don't you just go ahead and have the plethora of women and sit them down? So you agree with me on that one. So here's the third question, which is very interesting. So a lot of times, this is the real world here, and this is what most men do. And I think I critiqued you about this. So you wasn't married, but you was trying to do that until we had a conversation about it. You know, but tell the people out here, this is what I really want to do. This is funny. What I talk about on this channel versus you knowing me face to face and personally. And I'm not gonna try to change your opinion. You can say whatever you think or you feel. Am I zero tolerance, and am I exactly what I say I am when we have conversations about stuff?
It don't get no realer than this podcast. Because everything outside of the podcast is what he lives. So it doesn't get any realer.
Yeah, a lot of them don't understand because I say that I'm at zero tolerance, and you see what I do. You actually know I'm serious about what I talk about, and I don't play around. So I just have to throw that out there because sometimes they say, "Oh, you bull crap. You just playing. You just trying to get clout." No, I'm serious about what I talk about.
He really believes everything that he says. He believes that his face doesn't look like I hit with a frying pan. He believes that. That's the truth, people.
Oh, okay, we'll try. Fine, you want to roast? Okay. That's fine. We'll start getting roasted. Okay. He want to dance with Morpheus. Okay. Don't forget about that movie, Dirty Dancing. I can get down. Call me Johnny.
But real though,
had the time of my life, and LCM whipped my ass. So true.
No, but for real though, people, it doesn't get any realer than this. That's why I like this podcast, because it's real. You're hearing exactly what goes on in life outside of the podcast. Is what he thinks. This is how he feels.
No, I don't feel.
This is how he thinks. This is how he thinks.
And this is not generally how I think. It's the way that you have to respond to the world. Yeah. So it's not a thinking part. You have to adjust your lens according to what's coming at you. So it's not really based on opinion. It's not based on my single idea.
It's not an act.
Yeah, it's not pretend. This is just who I am, how I deal with the world. So there's some else. So here's what they'll do, because I didn't ask the question yet. So what 90% of the guys would do, they'll get married. Mm-hmm. And then they won't tell the girl this, but they will do it undercover. Mm-hmm. They have a girl in Chicago that they might smash. Mm-hmm. New York City and somewhere in Washington D.C. or they'll hook up in the back of their car or their truck, and they'll come home and pretend like everything is okay. Now, the question is, why would they do this? Why not be honest with themselves and with their wife instead of sneaking behind doors? And not only that, it jeopardizes them, because who knows what those girls are doing. Those girls set these guys up now. There was like on the news where this girl clapped this guy, got him in a situation where he got mugged and deleted by two other guys because, she wanted to take his money and his wallet because she know what he's there for. And she already know that he has a wife at home. But these dumb as donkeys put themselves in that situation. What do you think about that? And what do you think the solution will be in those situations? And why are these guys just not, I guess you could say, manning up?
It's like, I mean, like I said, it's dumb to say that they even win that place in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's like, yeah, you could divorce, but then you divorce, and then next thing you know, she takes half your stuff.
Lose all your money, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want them to part ways with your stuff, look at Dr. Dre now. Look at him there. You know, I respect Dr. Dre what he does with the game, but he lost $100 million.
What about Will Smith? What about Will Smith and his wife dragging him through the mud?
I mean, his wife is a good actress. Her best role was his wife. She actually fooled him into believing that she was a good wife.
Oh,
That's good acting.
good job. Okay,
You know, that's good acting.
very good. Okay,
her
Brian.
acting's gotten better over the years. You know.
Very good. I like that. So would it be, so I get a lot of beef about, having multiple, companions and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would hear guys say it's crazy. It seems like it's tough or difficult, but yet these are the same guys who are willing to jeopardize themselves. See, all my girls are in one spot, but their girls are all over town, all over the state. They're everywhere. They're with other guys. So that way, when the condom breaks, there's going to be an oops, itch situation, or a oops, I'm pregnant situation. Who's the dumber?
You know, and
Who's the dumber? Why not keep it, right?
I used to think that it was stupid doing the
Polyamory or polygamous, right?
I mean, it won't be for me, but I can understand it now.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah, I can understand. It's just it's not for me.
You know where they are at one time.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree. I can dig it.
You've changed a lot, because the first time we had conversation about this, you began to say, I like that, because you're listening and you're thinking. A lot of people don't know that, because the first time you say, oh, it's just difficult and I know it's hard and why the hell would you do something like that? But you begin to realize that you can do it if you're the right type of guy, and it makes sense to make it happen because it's for safety. Mm-hmm. You're putting all your eggs exactly. Okay, if you're a king, you're not going to have 5 or 6 different queens and women all over town, city, state. You can do that. That's considered as, they say reckless. I call it wreckful. And you jeopardize yourself, because most times those women, they're going to sell you out and your kingdom. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to build up their own power and come, and they're going to take your kingdom and destroy you and your subjects. So most times kings have their queens and their concubines and their extra wives in the kingdom with them.
Yep, in the castle. All in the castle.
But it's because we don't have a lot of men. That's what it is. That's what it is, Brian. A lot of men are scared. They don't know how to tell the truth. They're worried about, they want to procure this. It's like this. They want to procure the coochie because it's rare for them. Yeah. So when they get this girl who has a coochie, they don't want to tell her the truth, because guess what she's going to say? What? You want another wife? Oh, hell no. Then she's gone. Then he loses the coochie. And or on the other side, if he, I guess if he lies to her, she's going to stay. So if he tells the truth, she's leaving. If he lies, she's going to stay. So therefore, if he has to really put them together and tell each girl, hey, we need to come together and make this thing happen, his opportunities of getting the coochie from these girls are going to actually decrease as well.
I actually got to disagree with that part, because if you tell the truth, she's going to leave. If you lie, she's going to leave, because in the end, the woman's going to believe what she believes.
Okay. Tell them what you mean about that. School them on that, because I don't. Go ahead.
I mean, it's very simple to explain that.
Okay, break it down.
A woman in her mind already has a picture painted of what happened and what's going on. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter what you tell her. It doesn't matter if you have picture proof. It don't matter. In the end, she's gonna believe what she believes.
She's gonna feel what she feels.
And that's the truth. What's in her mind is what's the truth to her. So it doesn't matter whether you tell the truth or you lie.
That's kind of you opened up a box of bones, because you peeling back a cover here, because what you did, and I don't mind that, you pushed aside my comment and what I was talking about, because that's the surface. That's what most people will, deal with or talk about. You went to the in-depth of what girls are actually doing today, because what's going on is now most girls are saying my truth. Or they're saying it's my reality,
living my life,
living my life, or it's what I know. You tell them about a statistic about something, say, hey, you know what? Divorces initiated 80% by women.
Yeah,
You
all men ain't shit.
Yeah,
Why? Because that's what I know.
That's my
That's what I
reality.
believe.
And then you say, wait a minute, I give you a percentile. That means the bigger the number, that's the problem. 80% is the problem, not the 20% that's extra. So you know what she'll say? She'll say, well, she'll do an outlier. I know one or two couples that are still together, and I don't see it happening. It don't matter. One or two have nothing to do with 100. Do they know how to count? I mean, really?
It's the ones that they see.
Do they know how to count ours because of the way that they feel? Oh, I get it. It's their reality, right?
Feelings.
So 2 plus 2 is 5. You tell them, oh, divide 2 into 2, or you take 2 away from 2. What do you have? You gotta. They'll say, but there's one. There's a possibility that one might happen after you take 2 from 2.
Yeah, here's the thing though. If they believe that 2 plus 2 equals 5,
Oh, you can't stop them.
you're fighting a losing battle.
Man,
Okay, you're talking to this. Okay, that's what you're doing. When they believe that 2 plus 2 is 5, you either going and see that's the thing. These dudes will actually say, "Okay, honey, you're right. 2 plus 2 equals 5,"
and live with it. They will.
Just so they can go to sleep at night.
Either that, or get some poom poom, because that's the only thing he got.
Exactly.
It's scared, so he's like, you know what? I'm gonna let her have her. I'm gonna go ahead and make her happy. I'm gonna go ahead and do whatever she want to do, even though 1 and 1 is actually 2. But I'm gonna agree with you. It's 5 because he ain't got no options.
If you marry me, I'll scrub for you and bake for you. If you marry me, I'll wash for you.
I'm gonna give you an award for that one. You need a singing career. We need to set you up with an album.
It's the truth. Like,
sing it again so they can hear you. They couldn't hear you. You sung it too slow.
if you marry me, I'll scrub for you and bake for you. If you marry me, I'll wash for you.
And that's the way that it is too. That's exactly the way that it is. Ridiculous.
Shout out to Family Guy, boy. That was one of my favorites. That episode when he went to what they call them, the silly nannies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went from the Patriots to the silly nannies.
It's kind of funny the conversation that we're having. Some women will say that this is misogyny, right? And that's the hatred for women. That's the definition of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yet we love women.
Love
and our companion, my companions and stuff like, I got them everywhere. So how can I hate women and I got women that are my companions? But it is when you start speaking facts and things that make sense and it holds them accountable and it gives them something to think about, it rubs them wrong because that means they have to reflect on themselves.
Yeah, you're trying to hold them accountable. That's why you're misogynist. You trying to hold them accountable. Oh, you
but
you dirty dog.
Aren't we all held accountable though?
That's the thing though. It's like because
wait a minute. Aren't you a scrub if you don't pay her bills? Aren't you a scrub if you're not tall like she wants you to be, or you don't fit you're not a Drake? So
I can't
now
stand
you're a
that
scrub.
TLC song, man. I can't stand it. No pigeons, dang it. No pigeons. I always want to hear that TLC song.
I got something else for you, though. Check this one out. We're going to go to the depth with this one. Watch this. You're going to like this one.
Oh, this is a new tone. Oh, this is switching up.
No, it's been there. I really use it for something special. This is special. They got a new thing going on now, and I want you to think about this. I would say the girls that are under 26.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I got my girls from a different place because they're under. Of course, they're under 26. Mm-hmm. So they come from a different place, so they cut from a different cloth. But the girls that are 26 and they're over here in America, the dumbed down, retarded, broken, ridiculous, redundant state,
Indeed.
they're doing something. It has something to do with your cell phone. Can you guess? Yes.
What, tracking?
No. Those are typical things. No, something else.
I'm lost. Human.
Women are now saying that if they see a green check mark or mark from your phone either are by text message or by the way that you chime into them. They think that you are up to no good, and they'll look at that as you being somewhat poor or impoverished, and they will use that as an excuse not to date you.
I never heard of that.
Because
that's a new one.
They're interested in most of them. They're interested in guys that has an iPhone, and they're interested in the blue mark on the iPhone. So in their mind, I'm the younger 26-year-old strangers from planet Zulu.
Where did you hear this from?
No, just bear with me, because they think that iPhone, because of, you can do FaceTime, you can do extra stuff on it, and it has this little special features with the blue marks on it, right? Indicate that you might be of a higher status. But yet, it is known in the world, well, I can say the world, but statistically and through technology analysts and evaluation, that Samsung is actually a very advanced piece of technology above iPhone. Not only that, the Android computer chips and programming is actually great. It's modifiable, and it's enjoyable for so many people. So they're saying because you chose to either get a Samsung or get an Android phone, because you can get a lot of phones that have Android on it, that something's wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so they will use that to disqualify you. How stupid is that? That's stupid, ain't
That's
it?
dumb as hell.
That's stupid.
Especially,
You know where I got it from? I got it from their mouth.
that's crazy.
I got it from them. Listen,
I
my
never heard that before.
my companions are, you already know, they're an asset, otherwise they wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
They do the research. They came to me and said, "Hey, Daddy, you gonna crap in your pants when I show you this." So they showed me several podcasts and say, "Listen to what this girl has to say." But she called her a B, of course. But the other girl sat down and said, "Here, I got a glass of coffee for you because you're gonna need it." The other girl was like, "Here, sit right here, right? Listen to this and look at this." So they didn't tell me; they just showed me. So girls around the podcast actually started putting men down and talking bad about men and saying, "Hey, you got that green check or that green mark. I can't date him because he might be up to no good. Because you got an Android, you are not qualified to be dating material." Is that what these really?
I mean, they're already talking about if you're a Capricorn, if you're a Sagittarius.
Oh,
if you're a Cancer,
the star signs.
if you a Pisces,
astrology.
Oh, you Pisces, I can't deal with you. Oh no, you can't. I can't deal with you. Or you a Leo. We're not gonna be good together. Yeah, no,
That's a low IQ sort of thing.
And the blue check mark versus the green check mark is Ivy League.
It's Yale. You need to yell at them.
No,
How stupid is it? Yell in their face. What are you thinking?
Oh, come on, man.
This is university status. I mean, this is what you go to get your PhD for, to say, "Hey, you got a green check mark. You're suspicious."
I mean,
It's a cell phone. What's wrong with you? Oh man, what's your thoughts, man? You got anything to add to that?
I mean, it's just, but that's how women are, man. They don't look at the details of things. They
Logic.
just see, they just see one thing that looks out of place to them, and scrap everything else. Like that one guy that had that message, he got the bed sheet for a Kurt.
Oh yeah,
That's all I need to know.
That video that we showed them. Yeah, that.
She said that's all. That's what that told me all. Her exact words. That told me all I needed to know.
That's
Was seeing the
because.
bed sheet over his window.
That's because. There is a math behind it. That's because women, and I did not come up with this. I think this was credit to Myron. I think it was Myron who said this. And it's true. Women look for anything to disqualify a man.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be sitting there telling the truth, talking right, 6 feet tall, making a certain amount of money, but she will find one thing. She'll look for that one thing. She'll actually look for that one thing to disqualify you.
I don't know. It ain't just that. It's not just that. Women look for a dude that status wise looks lower. Looks like lower status.
Ooh, we're not getting into that one because I made a lesson on that. No, because the reason is.
I mean, look, Jada.
No, if you choose a man of a lower status, that means you don't have to do anything to better yourself because he's not going to be this sort of competition or something for you to look up to.
Exactly. But think about that. Why do you think Jada, even though she's Will Smith of all people,
goes to someone that's
goes
less?
to August Alsina?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And no hatred toward August Alsina. I'm just saying. I mean, it's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It's on paper. It's obvious.
Because what they'll do is they will mess with a guy who's of maybe lower status or maybe not as popular, don't have a lot of clout. They're just considered as F-boys. And mind you, every culture has this going on, but it's very, very rampant in the Martin Luther King culture. Okay, it's rampant over there. They do it all the time.
City boy,
they will.
City boy, Woody.
Hey,
shout out to Lil
hey,
Duval, man.
hey,
City boy, Woody. City boy, Woody. City boy, Woody. City boy, Woody. Because they're talking about the city girl, so City boy, Woody.
They'll do that. They'll mess with these guys and probably even get a child by them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they want to take a guy of a higher status a lot more serious, but she's not qualified for a higher status guy. Why not mess with a higher status guy and stick with the higher status guy? Because she's not a higher status type of girl.
Yeah, plus she, like you said,
she don't add up. She don't have the value.
Yeah, she don't have to prove herself to no lower status guy. That's why they want the dudes with their pants sagging and goals in their mouth and he a thug.
Because he'll get the poom poom and call it a day.
Yeah, I love him.
And he don't even have because he don't have no standards on her. And so she feel comfortable. Because he's there for one thing. So it's rats eating rats. Imagine that. So last thing I'm going to share with you, and we're going to get off this podcast here.
Already?
Because this has been very enlightening. It's been fun.
Already? Time flew that much?
You enjoyed it, huh? So, got a story that I do my research, and I have men everywhere that I talk to. I got eyes and ears. You know that. I mean, you know that before. So, this guy works at a warehouse.
Okay.
And listen carefully, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a lesson. I taught him quite well. I said, listen, get the best. Make sure she's young. Make sure she's applicable. Don't date or mess with girls who are older unless you just want to just have a little fun. There's reasons why. You don't put, $100,000 on a used vehicle unless it's a classic. You do that to maybe a Bugatti or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, something like that. But not something old. No. So he listened to me. So now he's on game, as you say, and he's more focused with, again, like myself, girls who are no older than 26, 27 for various reasons. Younger women are, we know this, applicable. They smile more, they'll be compatible, they know how to joke and play with you, they're not too serious, they're not burnt. Low mileage. And you can mold them if they're willing to listen. Most times, I would say most times, in my encounter with younger women, they may have an attitude and have their ways, but they listen. You can mold them. They might have their ways where, oh, no, I can dress however I want to dress. I do what I want to do. But if you say the right thing and you sit down and talk with them, they'll be open-minded. Older women, they just like stuck in their ways. I've been doing this for 30, 40 years. You can't tell me you ain't my daddy. But point of the matter is, I don't want to extend that too far. He works with an older lady that's 57 years old. 57.
Okay.
And this woman has 2, 3 kids. This is the woman who's same woman that has the son living with her.
Oh wow.
That's where I got it from. Remember the son,
wow.
The son living, son husband stuff.
Side story. I hear that though. Okay.
She tries to get with this guy. And every now and then she'll slightly, tell him to stop by or, can we do something? And, you're hot, you're sexy, give me some time.
Slide a crack in.
She does that because she's old enough to do it now. She don't have no options. So now, when women's options are, when it's depleted, then they start taking accountability. You didn't catch that, did you?
No, I heard that.
You didn't catch it, did you?
I heard that.
then they start doing what they should have been doing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch what I just said?
Yeah, because they had no choice.
Oh, shoot.
I heard what you said.
Now, accountability is a big word and it's an itch to a lot of people. It's like a fly on their back. So, he denies her and said, no, I'm not interested in you. Then he started giving her the spiel that I taught him to. I say, no, I don't have time to be dealing with you. You're set in your ways. I'm interested in younger women or different types of women that are better and more compatible. So, new girl steps onto the scene where he works at. Girl is 19, 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Sounds dangerous.
And so the day came where the older lady, because remember, women are master manipulators.
Mm-hmm.
Master manipulators. She's been doing this for 56 something, 56, 57 years. So to her, this is nothing but a game. Easy to her. And so he's working around the younger girl and giving her little smiles and, helping her out. And every now and then they're working well, like they should. Compatible. This is a natural balance. There should be a age difference because the older the man is, he knows something. He can help her. He can guide her along the way. If they hook up, she'll be fine because he's established. She's need that type of coverage. But long story short, so she questions him. I see you like that girl out there, huh? What's going on with y'all? Assuming, first of all, he never said he liked her. At least that's what he told me. It's just, she just happened to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays around and he said, yeah, I like her. She's young enough to be a part of my world because she's of my status. And guess what the older lady says? She says, oh, so you like playing with those little girls, huh? Here we go. Mm-hmm. Here we go, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
She could have said a girl. She could have said younger women. She called her a little girl to make him try to, again, manipulation. Think that he's a pervert or some type of sneaky man up to no good because of his preference. All because he has a preference. The girl's not 15, damn it. She's 19 to 20 years old. Probably hairy down there, too. So, get over it. But the thing about it, now, he didn't, as he told me, he didn't balk that much at her. He just said, man, you tripping, acting silly. And he said, you know what? Yeah, you're right, little girl. And she's cute. So he didn't bite.
Mm-hmm.
So the older woman, as he says, took like a week to come back. I keep on tab on this kind of stuff. No, this ain't me because I got 3 companions. They wouldn't even deal with that. I will bring them there so she can see it. Like, oh man, yeah, all 3 of them beat your ass. Shut your mouth. They know karate and martial arts. I taught them. I can just sit back and just eat popcorn and just hear the pow, pow, boom, pop, pow, pow. Anyhow, that's actually true. So she comes back and he tells me this because he was worried because this is his job. I don't want to deal with any type of harassment situation and getting fired and all that type of stuff. And you don't crap where you eat. So that's why he didn't initiate talking to the younger girl. He was just messing with her, saying, yeah, I like her. She's my type. So here's the catch.
Mm-hmm.
So he says that the older 57-year-old approached him and said, you need to be careful because there's some bad rumors around you. And what else would she say? She said, because these girls are saying that they feel uncomfortable being around you. So you need not talk to them because you should just not say anything to these girls. Otherwise, you'll lose your job.
Mm-hmm.
The 57-year-old. Oh, we're going to dig into it. I told you I do my research. Mm-hmm. I know some. I'm telling you. So, and I taught him. So what he did was, oh, really? When it comes to dealing with girls. So he called me and put it on speakerphone.
Mm-hmm.
Where I can hear the conversation now. And I'm listening and I'm giving him cues. Because he's holding the phone up where she can speak into it at the same time so he can hear when I'm speaking because it's like a small speakerphone.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, Yeah, because people are talking about you, and I already know that guy. He don't talk to a lot of people there.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, dig in there further. Ask her about why she's saying it, and ask it 5 times. So he does that. She keep beating around the bush. Well, you just shouldn't do that because people are just talking, and she keeps saying that over and over again. And I said, go along with the program and say that. That's fine because you're not doing that anyway. Just go along the program and say that you're not talking to anybody, and you got cameras, and there's information, and there's also footage that you ain't trying to harass or talk to any of these girls. So just do that. Play along. So he does that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, I'm not worried about them. I'm always minding my own business. I'm out here, and what are you talking about? I mean, if they think I'm harassing, there's cameras everywhere, and what you tripping on? They see what I'm doing. I purposely stand right in front of them, and yada yada. He does because I tell him I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so he plays nonchalant. I'm not gonna tell you a psychological secret with this, but between me and you as a man, Brian, I'll share with you after this podcast that there's a key to a woman's mind. why I got the 3. There's some keys here. I'm not gonna share with you. So he used the key that I gave him with his, I would say, behavior to get her to speak. Now, before he walks away and he says the exact things that I wanted him to say to her, she says, well, I guess I have to tell you, that girl, listen, that girl, that 19, 20-year-old said that she feels uncomfortable around you. Listen carefully. And I'm like, oh, and I hear this, step back and listen to it some more, because this is getting good now. Now she's pinpointing the source of the issue here.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, good question. Really? Not why is that? No, pretend like you're interested in what she has to say. So he says, really? As in, do tell, continue. Right? And he says, well, why do you, okay, really, why do you think that? Oh, she's uncomfortable? Okay, nonchalant. As if to say, I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway. You can't bind me down. If I want to talk to her, I'm going to. If I'm not going to, it's not in your business. Whatever. So, come to find out the relationship between him and that 19 and 20-year-old, going to the research, because I spoke to him afterwards. She don't have a father figure at home. And not only that, he teaches her every now and then how to do the job because he's been there before her. So he mentors her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you critique the common woman today, remember, women are the reverse of what you say. What she says is going to be different than what she really means and how she feels.
Mm-hmm.
So when she says he's a jerk or he's controlling, no, he has standards, and he's actually telling her what he don't like, and she don't like that he's telling her that. So now she's automatically going to say he's controlling. Okay. Now, as far as feeling uncomfortable around him, the 57-year-old lied. She manipulated my friend. She was telling him that because she didn't want him
to talk to her.
So, in her mind, in these older, nasty, evil, devilish women, that's what I said, don't mess with them. The older they are, listen, don't. That's a do not cross. That's skull and bones over there. Don't mess with them. Okay? In her mind is, if I can't have him,
she can't eat.
No, nobody can. After digging into it, doing my research and speaking to him, I said, you know what? That's just a very old, evil woman. Because he showed me like some video footage, and he had a comment. He said, this 19-year-old girl's not worried about me. She approached him. She'd drive over there to him, and hey, I need some help over here, and smile and everything, and hey, can we do this? And hey, what should I do on this paper? How can she be uncomfortable when she's on the other side of the building and walk all the way over there to him so he can explain a piece of paper to her if he's making her feel so uncomfortable? No, the fact is she was 19 and 20. She had the ability to take this man and to win and leave this 57-year-old out to the dust where she belonged anyway. That's how men manipulate, man. They will lie to you, even on the job. Lie, I mean, be careful around here. Girls are talking about you, and you don't want to get a harassment case. And then when you dig down, all it is he's trying to put fear in you to keep you from talking to one specific girl that you like.
Mm-hmm.
When the man's not stupid, and he's right. There's cameras everywhere. People are watching, supervising. As he tells me, I watch him. He's up there in front of people, right in front of other people. So you got witnesses too. So I'm started digging into this situation. Like, wait a minute. I said, so where do you go? What do you do? He said, oh man, I walk right in front of them. So I'm protecting myself. So that's why he was laughing. That's why I was listening. Wait a minute. When she said, oh, you got to be careful because, they're going to fire you in sexual harassment. I said, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I know this guy. He does that. See, that's what we got to do as men. Protect ourselves because these women are evil and manipulated. You got to put yourself in a position where there are witnesses and there are people around. So if she tried to say, oh, you did this and that on this such a day, and you already jotted down, you got it on your text message or you got it on the camera, you can say, really? 5 people were right there and they saw it. The camera was over there and it saw it. And everybody see me going in that direction, so they saw me. So what are you talking about? How can I be in the closet with so and so? What's your mind? What you think?
It's the truth, like you said, manipulative. It's not that she was wanting him to not be around her. She didn't want him to be around her. She didn't want him to be around anybody because he won't be around me. It's
because
true.
That's how, and we got to understand that's how women operate because they can't really beat you down with their fists.
No,
they have to manipulate.
They use slander.
Evil in. They use words and they what do you call that? They try to destroy your character. Let's say that
misdirection.
You're gay and
yeah. That's the number one.
You're scared. You're messing with kids.
Yeah.
You're like, what? You're a sick guy. You're like, wait a minute. All because I don't want to do what you want me to do. That's their manipulation tactic. The moment you tell a woman no, she's like, oh, okay, you must be gay. Something must be. What you messing around with boys now? Then, oh, you must be trying to get back there in the back, huh? You done with girls? You're like, wait a minute. All because I said I'm not interested in you. Well. What makes you think that you're special out of the million women who are around here? I got choices and opinions and options. But yeah, you love those MILFs, don't you? You still like? What's your take on all that? Because you ran across one of them, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to spill his business, but once upon a time, there's no names here. Brian was messing with the older lady who was in her 40s, something like that.
Something like that.
And when he brought it to my attention, because we email and we talk, things like that, I said, man, don't mess with her. She's for recreational use. I know it sounds harsh. I know it sounds harsh and crazy, but I was being honest because, I'm very straightforward and to the point. And he started saying, well, I don't know, man. She's nice and she cooks a little bit. And, she's an older woman and she's been there and done that. And she's settled. I said, women and men are different. When men get older, we get better. When women get older, it's almost like I'm not even going to go there. It's almost like a banana. It's not going to get yellower and go back to green. It's going to turn brown and shrivel up and disappear. It gets bad. And he was like, oh, man, I don't know what you're talking about, Morpheus. You're a hater. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to stick with her anyway. Come to find out, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, he's not with her today.
That was...
she dipped down on him.
Like 2 months.
2 months?
I don't know, just...
Why did y'all break up again? They want to know now.
Yeah, she talking about she wanted me to go to Delaware with her. Short notice, of course. I had to go to work. Mm-hmm. There's no way you're getting around it. I had to go to work. and she wanted me to go to Delaware because she had a family member that was passing. And of course, the family member eventually passed when she got out there. But the thing is, like I said, I couldn't go.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go work, and that was enough. That she told me some BS story about her family, one of her family members being at her place and needed my key.
Don't yell in the speaker.
Yeah, she told me some BS story about one of her family members being at her place while she gone, and she needed my key.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew it was BS. I'm like, here, take the key. That was her way of basically trying to break up.
And it was her key that she gave you, right?
Yeah, it was her key.
Oh,
so,
man.
you know, then, you know, I asked her, because she called me talking about she needed to see other people. I asked her, are you upset?
She said what?
Yeah, she talked about she wanted to end the relationship.
So she can see other people?
Yeah, I asked her a question. I asked her, are you upset because of the person that died, or is it something else? Of course, she said it was about the person that died.
She didn't tell you the truth.
Exactly.
Manipulation.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over here like, okay, if it's about the person that died, I'll give you some time, but I'm not letting you go over that. That's something we can see ourselves through.
I remember.
And then later on, that's when she said, I'm just not interested in you anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you lied.
Oh, man.
And here I am, I kept it 100 with her the whole time. About darn near everything.
It's kind of hard for a woman to be direct and to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she'll be honest when she needs you to pay something.
Oh, yeah.
She'll be honest when she's talking about what type of man she wants. She'll be honest when it comes to, no, I don't need a man. I just want to go get the bag and worry about my PhD and my own career. My own business. She'll be honest, but when it comes to really being direct with you and let you know, hey, we can't be together because I just don't want to be with you. I just want to choose this other guy. You actually think she's going to say some stuff like that? No, she's going to build the bridge with him first, talk to him. He's over there on the other side, and then she's going to tell you, well, I just want to take a break because I'm not feeling relationships right now. I want to focus on my career, and I want to spend some time with my mom.
Yeah, it's not you, it's me.
That's
old. That's old.
Yeah, it's not. It's just that I'm just not ready to be in a serious relationship yet. While she's getting her back blown out by this guy.
You're too good.
Weeks
You're
later.
too good for me. I don't deserve you. You're too good.
We're not working out. I think maybe I'm just not the one. Oh man! Instead of being direct because she knows she's wrong. Oh shoot! Because she knows she's wrong. Mm-hmm. That's like any other man. You're not gonna just come to somebody and say, I want to cut this relationship off because I found somebody else. Who's gonna say some stuff like that? I mean, you gotta have balls to the walls to do that. I mean, even though you could, but
I actually could.
You could?
I could.
Really?
If I could tell a woman I got somebody else I want to explore things with, I could. I don't cheat. I don't see the point in cheating. I think it's a coward move to cheat.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Brian might be the next Morpheus.
It is, man. I'm just saying, it's a coward move to cheat to me. In my opinion, be honest. You found someone else. Let them know, look, I found somebody else to explore things with. Things have died down with us.
Mm-hmm.
Clean. Just be clean. You can't, it's like you
because if you're not honest, you're going to get a dagger in your back.
Exactly.
Or maybe in your face.
Exactly. What goes around comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know how to. They love the sneaky game. Women are calling men now sneaky links.
Yep. No, I thought women were sneaky links.
Oh, shoot.
But
So
yeah.
we got different languages for how we deceive and manipulate each other now. Why don't you just be honest? Really? A sneaky link now. From one night stands or this, late night person or whatever else. I don't get it. Well, that's the conversation for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I know you got something out of it. And it's not no hatred here. I'm not saying don't take older women serious. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when it comes to dating, there's a lot of issues with that. Think about it as a clear crystal glass that you're drinking wine out of or whatever else. and the glass is supposed to be clear. So what happens is when you put your fingers on it, you're going to put fingerprints on it. Okay. See, unlike men, because we battle things every day, because we do take accountability of a lot of things, we're beat down, we talked about, we have to better ourselves. Usually we're going to clean the glass. we're going to polish ourselves, go to the washing, machine, or just, clean it off with a cloth or something like that, because we need to be the best, to be a high value man, or to be attractive to women. But women, on the other hand, because they have a different anatomy, because they're just different person, when you touch that glass, which is what I mean by men who imprint women, often that print stays there. It don't go anywhere, and it shows through her personality. It shows through her lifestyle. It shows when she's talking about, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship because the last guy broke my heart, but she chose him. And there are thousands, if not millions, of other men that she could have, that's still different than this guy, but yet she was going to blame. She is and will blame every problem that guy given to her or have done to her onto every other type of guy that comes afterwards. This is why it was important for women to walk down the aisle with the white dress. This is why it was important for fathers to give away their daughters who were virgins, because it made sense in the longevity of things. And the less body count that she had means the less fingerprints that she have on the crystal. Do not understand. So the older that she is, when you look at this crystal container or this glass, now it's like what do you call that, stained mirror, Brian? When it's all you can't see through it. Now it's just like a smoke glass or something like that. You can't see through it. And through that becomes logic, communication, and sensibility that can no longer be communicated. And she can no longer be compatible. Not to say that it's impossible. It's just a very low percentage. So I'm not saying don't do it, but it's just a higher risk and a higher chance of some sort of manipulation or issue happening where she can't pair bond with you because she has an abundance of other men's DNA. Because fact is, there's really no such thing as a single woman. And a lot of times they don't give themselves a year to cleanse themselves. They don't give themselves 2 years to go meditate, let their, let their body parts come back together and get tighter. They don't stay in the house and just cleanse themselves, do yoga and focus on their books before getting out there into the dating world. And if a woman actually tells you that she's done that, she's a damn liar, because a lot of times she's still having somebody stop by and smash her and talk to her. And a lot of times they don't move forward to a new relationship. They have her ex-boyfriend stop by to do that. And she thinks that that's okay. And as a matter of fact, when you get with this woman, she'll tell you that she haven't had any sort of relationship for the past 5 years because she's not counting her ex-boyfriend that she thinks is safe and comfortable to keep going back to. That's their twisted logic. So we're going to get off of this. It's not misogyny. It's just truth. We're just having a simple conversation. If you're mad, it's because you're in your feelings. Okay, you got no evidence that this is misogyny. I have my girlfriends call you up and whoop you. Now I'm stop. But until next time, I'm sure you got something out of this.